forced back over your massive stimulus. This shot should look familiar to you for stimulus coverage. It is the shot of opening for afternoons LA. It is also the long shot for evenings. There is a sailboat in the shot. This is the Pacific Ocean, and this is your boy LA. Hope you're very good. I'll go in on camera in just a second. I'm going to give you a long shot. Isn't that spectacular? I wanted to time this for when the sun was dropping. I don't think we'll get the sunset because that would require me to be out 2 more hours, but recognize that building, recognize that sky, recognize those birds, and that is a sailboat out there. Isn't that spectacular? Big stimulus is available to Americans across the country. $300,000 of checks, 300 different checks, federal stimulus checks from Congress, from the President of the United States. And over tonight's evening's LA broadcast at 5 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, I'll go over how to get those incredible checks, learn to earn. This is your boy LA on the beach. I'll be going on camera first in a second, but I wanted to show you this incredible shot. I also don't want to trip on the sand. I hope you're having a beautiful day. Happy Thanksgiving. Tomorrow is Thanksgiving. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Is that beautiful? I'm also being careful not to get sand on the shoes. So, full disclaimer. Is that gorgeous? Let's do the long shot. Oh, boy. See a little bit of color coming on here? It's a little bit overcast, so we have a little bit of gray skies. We're facing south. That is the Pacific Ocean. Out there is Hawaii. And behind me is Kansas. That we are currently in Redondo Beach. Is that gorgeous? That is the Pacific Ocean. We're not in the harbor. We're actually in front of the ocean. Let's do a close-up shot on that. I'm not a good source for boats, but what is that? I hear a motor, so it's either a yacht or a motorboat. If you're in the live chat, tell me where you're tuning in from and tell me what type of boat that is. Big stimulus is available to millions of Americans. Learn to earn $300,000 of checks. Tonight we learn on Evenings LA that Americans are running out of cash in record numbers because they are running up credit card debt and they don't have cash on hand. Their savings are being depleted. This is exactly what we worried about, not necessarily you, but other people. And that problem will amplify itself come February. And that's why the fact that you're watching the show tonight on Evenings LA 5 o'clock, the entire show, the 1 hour broadcast, means that you want to get that sums of money now before really people to start showing up in February. Look at that live house. Recognize that? I think it's moved a few feet further south, but that is the live house from Afternoons LA. Isn't it gorgeous? So if I was to time this right, which I'm not going to do, I would be out here like 2 more hours, and the water and the sunset would turn to an umber, to an orange, to a Pinot Grigio, a light red, and it would just be totally spectacular. You want your reference points of what we're looking at. Happy Thanksgiving tomorrow. Many blessings, says Virgil. Hey, Virgil. Happy Thanksgiving, and happy Thanksgiving, Cindy. A lot of people in the live chat right now. Tell me where you're tuning in from. I know some of you are in cold weather climate. I know this sort of helps inspire people to have that extra oomph. I'm trying to capture all the... Oh, that's gorgeous. Isn't that gorgeous? Isn't that beautiful? I mean, who's going to do... Where else is a community going to have all this incredible coverage of a sailboat? Look at... Can I get that... seagull? Isn't it gorgeous? There was a whole flock of seagulls earlier. Oh, there's a motorboat out there. Let's see if I can come on in. There's a motorboat out there. Is that gorgeous? It's so important to get these checks. And tonight on Evenings LA, we talk about one analyst from Sequoia Partners, which is a major, perhaps the biggest venture capitalist firm. Hey, Virgil, very beautiful. I agree. It's really peaceful. I don't know if you can hear the audio. Is that just wonderful? Very, very quiet and soothing. One of the majors at Sequoia Partner, one of the founding members, said people are running out of cash. People are running cash, number one. People are running out of credit limits. And number three, that they did not really learn much in the last 2 years. Ooh, those are tough words, aren't they? Those are really tough words. He's basically saying people gave you cash when anything went bad in the last 2 years. They are not going to do that anymore. That's not the stimulus I cover. That is donut stimulus. That is, people just assume there's going to be a wad of cash in the mailbox, in direct deposit, if they max out the credit card. That's not my viewers. That's somewhere else. And he says it's a very, very serious situation, and I agree. And when is that going to happen? It's going to happen in February. In fact, he goes into detail. It's going to continue for a few years. Hopefully, you're picking up the change of the sky. It's getting a little bit yellow as the sun is now setting. Verge is in live chat, and Cindy, I hope you're picking up that incredible look of the sky. That is Palos Verdes in the distance. We're in the Redondo Beach sand. The sand is really just right there. That is the Pacific Ocean, 25 feet away. And the concern is that, as he said, people have really not learned a lot in the last 2 years. His words are tough love to a lot of people, and a lot of people don't want tough love. And his words are that people have not learned a lot in the last 2 years. They have thought that if they make bad decisions, there's going to be someone to bail them out at any event. And I agree. A lot of people think there's someone always ready to bail you out. You buy a bad crypto investment, you buy a bad stock, you buy, you max out the credit card with holiday travel. You do something just sort of not sensible. And his message is, there is no one that's going to bail you out this time. There's no one that's going to bail you out this time. And he's actually a little bit more blunt than that. He said there's no one's going to bail you out for a long time. And we're going to be doing this for 2 years. And that's why you are so empowered, Purple Power, Virgil, Cindy, Dragon, all the people in the live chat. You're very, very empowered, because people who just presume that there's someone ready to pick you up and put you back together if you made bad decisions. You put $3,000 on the credit card for that trip to the in-laws this Thanksgiving weekend. You bought Bitcoin on a dip 2 weeks ago, and now it's half its value. You bought a stock like Best Buy thinking, it beat on corporate earnings this week, and then you realize, oh my God, it's down 45% this year. People who made really bad decisions are going to be in big trouble, because ultimately what's going to happen is there is not going to be, let me flip here so you see the light. Isn't that gorgeous? Now it's getting pretty. There's not going to be someone ready to bail you out. Now, this is not you. This is not the Purple Power. This is everyone else. Look at that sky line. These are all the people that are just, we laugh about the situation all the time. These are the people who don't watch shows on Labor Day weekend or Memorial weekend or Thanksgiving weekend. They just run up the credit card debt over that period of time, and then they show up and say, oh, are we getting a check? Are we getting a check? And it's, what did you do? What did you do? You bought that crypto, you bought that stock, you ran the credit card debt, you didn't pay the rent, you think the landlord's going to give you a break, you think there's an eviction moratorium, you think because you're on SSI and SSDI, Bernie's going to help you. A lot of tough love tonight on Evenings LA from 5 o'clock Pacific Standard Time from a guy who knows more than I. He's head of Sequoia Partners, which is one of the biggest and best VC firms. Everyone who knows Sequoia Partners knows how wonderful they are. And he says people are running out of cash. People are running out of cash. They have made bad choices this year. They continue to make bad choices this year. Let me flop back. There we go. They made bad choices this year. They continue to make bad choices this fall in November, and they think there's someone ready to swoop them up. Imagine if you bought real estate in October or September, the valuations are down, the mortgages are through the roof. Imagine you bought crypto, thinking that, oh, I'll buy crypto, I'll buy Bitcoin at 20,000. Now tonight, 16,000. You bought stocks on the belief it's going to pop. You just ran credit card debt and you believe that there's someone to readily bail you out. I'm here to teach you. Virgil and Cindy and Dragon on this show last night talked about how this channel teaches you. It's totally different. People need to be taught. People need to be empowered with the tools so that they know what's going on, so that they know how to get the money, so that they know what they need to do. And I've taught people who are without high school education. I've taught people on disabilities. I've taught people of all different walks of life. And that means you can learn too. You can learn too. I have complete faith in you. All you have to have is the motivation to learn. And if you have the motivation to learn, you will learn. And imagine the money you'll get. Tonight on Easy LALATE, it's a 1-hour show, stay the big second half, and I will go over every check one at a time. 300 different checks. I'll teach you how to get the checks. You're going to meet one viewer who got one group of checks, then another, then a third, and is back for a fourth. That should be you. Don't feel entitled. Don't believe that people just should send you wads of cash. They're not. Don't believe that Congress is ready to empathize for your situation. They are not. They pass laws, and when the checks become law, you pounce. Do not turn this into a, how do I say it? Do not turn this into a personal issue. Turn this into a business issue. You're here to get money. There's a business getting money. You learn how to get the money, and you pounce how to get the money. Don't sit back and think all these sort of psychological, personal, emotional issues. It's just money. I'm here to teach you how to get the money. You pounce to get the money. As it was on day one of this channel in 2020, when millions of Americans were on lockdown. Everything was shut down, and they needed cash really quickly. They knew the urgency. I'm trying to put that fire under your feet tonight on Eames LA. I'm trying to tell you about the urgency of the situation, that you get the money right now. You do not wait to February, because you and I know the news is going to be bad in February. It's going to be very, very bad. You don't wait till the news is bad. You get money now ahead of time. I love you to death. See you tonight on 5 o'clock Pacific Standard Time for Evenings LA, and then the LALATE Live starts at about 5:40, 5:30, 5:45 Pacific Standard Time. For the shores of Santa Monica, California, on the beach in Hermosa Beach. Stay informed, stay focused, and stay with LA for more.